they give you all the cards.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But then, like, you kind of load into the arena and you have to fucking... Oh, no, not that, yeah.
Yeah, you would actually have to set up your own... I want to try the arena, but...
You have to set up the arena deck, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really want to set up a...
The arena's tough. The arena's tough. Because, like, definitely, like, the first time you'll play, you're gonna get, like, just smashed. And then be like,
oh
shit.
Totally. Yo, what's up, dude?
Did Ethan just join in? He did.
Yeah,
damn it. I should have fucking done this 5 minutes ago. Hey, what's up, buddy?
Should have what? 5 minutes ago?
I was trying to set up his
assembling
blood.
my B4B deck. Let me just turn the audio to 0. There we go. And I'll be assembling the deck.
Well, while you guys are gonna do that, I'm gonna mute you guys for now.
Do what?
Do the intro. Simple as that. Okay. Simple as that. I'm just going to do a really quick intro. Welcome to Untitled Adventure, where we play, well, games in general. We're going to just quickly run through Phoenix Wright before we play Back for Blood. And there we go. Done. Done.
The judge today.
Whoa, what's the intro?
I already finished it.
I didn't even hear anything.
I accidentally muted Discord and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm not going to repeat it.
Oh.
I was like, this is the Untitled Adventure. Welcome to the show where we play, well, games in general, I guess, right now. Since we don't really have a genre, it's just adventure games.
Oh, man,
and everything nowadays is like categorized as an adventure game, quote unquote.
Adventure game?
Yeah, I mean, Monster Hunter is technically an adventure. You're off on a very special world.
Oh my god, look at this card, adrenaline fueled, 100% stamina, minus 75% stamina regeneration.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I got that one. That one looks awesome.
That's like only... Oh wait, when you kill an enemy. Okay.
Yeah, when you kill an enemy.
Is Jonah in Back for Blood?
Yeah, I have it loaded and
he's setting up his card deck while I guess we are going to be doing this.
Okay. Now.
Yeah. Now then.
Will the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, please take the stand?
Who's doing Lana?
You were doing it last time, but before that, I was doing it.
Well, somebody's gonna have to double down, I guess.
I could do it. It's fine.
Okay. Miss Lana Sky, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you.
But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years.
Do I really? I don't think so.
Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Sky. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth. Of course, truth.
Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister.
yes. Outbursts in the middle of court.
Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant.
I'm also on coffee high. I drank too much coffee today.
Everything hinges on your testimony. You drank coffee recently? Like what? What time?
3 p.m.?
Oh, okay. That's not that recent at all.
I still have the coffee high out of it.
Yeah, alright. You're the only chance we have to get Gant.
Gaunt.
Gnaunt.
Gigant.
I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Are you sure about this testimony?
Thanks, Judge.
Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I am sure.
The judge is like, I don't know,
Sounds
there's
good
something
to
wrong
me.
here.
Sounds
But Lana-
good to me.
If this is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning.
Then super nonchalant from that. Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me.
But what if she's telling the truth?
But she's not. Shut the fuck up. She's not. she
Okay. Well,
she's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stifly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony.
Yeah, this is no time to start second guessing myself.
Yeah, Phoenix. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
What happened to the defense believing the client?
Well, in this case, we're not believing the client, right?
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. That's very true.
What the hell did you just do? Oh, you just press it? You say you did this all by yourself.
Yes.
Care to elaborate?
Yes.
The one-liner, yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene?
No. It seems I was the first person to discover the scene.
Oh, we're gonna catch her
The
there.
broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body.
What? But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident.
That's only a situation you dreamed was possible.
Look at me when you're talking.
The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement.
Fantasize all I will. You will take your statement.
Even Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark.
Something like that.
If that is so, what happened to the other weapon? Other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife.
Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle.
Not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies.
All just... What the fuck? Is she mind reading?
So, when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes.
What?
I
Jeez,
took off the
lady,
tip
come on.
of Dark's knife, planted it inside the wound, then moved the body.
You planted the...
And then you moved the
Sorry,
body.
Everybody's getting cut off. But why? Why would you do that?
You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders.
My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask for the sake of others.
Yes, Mr. Wright.
When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body?
It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gant's desk.
But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there?
The reason for that is simple. Let's have the witness explain this in more detail.
Oh, George. Is
The
combat
reason
knife a
the
good card?
sky moved the body.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Is combat knife a good card? And I liked using it, but I'm not. I wonder if maybe it might be accidentally detrimental in some way. Like maybe bashing is a bit better.
Cypher Fox, go.
Oh, I don't have the Twitch stream up. Let me open it up.
I don't know.
Is combat knife that good?
Cause like it's good.
It's good.
It's good. Okay.
I remember in the beta it was pretty damn good.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
the beta
it
it was
is.
good. Now it's not
You-
as good.
I
But
think you
it's-
hit just as fast with fists, except it just makes you do more damage.
Yeah,
Well,
but Fist
unless-
I think would have like a wider kind of pushback and stuff like that.
Yeah. So the problem with Fist is that there is a little bit more pushback with the when you're punching the zombies or the ridden. But the problem with punching them is that some of the riddens will have spikes in evolution, and that can do damage to you. If you use the combat knife, it actually can. I think, if I remember correctly, it actually stops that. And as Cypher Fox says, gets you out of tight situations, insta kills to the head.
Yeah.
So it is good as well. Sup, Seth?
I do like it as well, but I remember someone saying that actually you maybe shouldn't use it because like I think the fist might like push back better or something like that, or I don't know, whatever. Like they kind of like go wider or something like that. But I still like using the knife. It's good for like here and there or saving bullets when you're like just picking off guys.
Mhm. And Cypher Fox.
We can continue.
I remember
There-
there might have been something about holding down the melee button, the hitting the.
That's
Yeah,
a
melee.
different card.
They're just faster and tougher. I don't believe the range is any different. Okay.
Yeah.
The game. I think
The-
the game
the-
does
in-
have, like,
in the
a range of,
multiplayer
like, hit width,
So
though.
the multiplayer version actually shows all the evolutions as to the riddens, the regular riddens, and yes, there's one evolution that does thorns. A thorns effect. Another version is like it gives the zombies corrosive explosions, like the boomers.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
kinda weird.
Boomers.
How you doing, Seth?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How about you guys?
That's been pretty good.
Man, I still remember the beta. Like that first run we did was so good.
Yeah. It was
Remember?
really,
Oh man.
it was fucking good.
Oh baby.
Oh, babe.
Okay, what is this one?
The pieces
Yeah,
of the
I
jar
got
that
the,
shattered during the events threatened my palm. Threatened my plan.
Sorry, what's that?
Yeah, I just ordered. My drive should come in like tomorrow.
Nice.
So. I
You got a
can-
new hard drive?
Yeah,
External.
Just
Oh.
because all of my drive are full.
Yeah.
You just need to worry about the C drive, not the other ones.
I'm more worried about like
Backing stuff up, right?
yeah, and I'm just hoping shit like out like my old I got Substance Painter 2017. Hopefully that still works in Windows 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll
Miss Scott.
work.
Okay,
Mhm.
good. We're Gucci, dude.
That's nice. Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister.
You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered?
If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony.
Thanks, Phoenix.
A contradiction in my testimony?
Yes, you testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threaten my plan."
That's right. Do you have a problem with that?
Actually, yeah, if he wasn't shoved against the statue, then this jar shouldn't have fallen, right? I think.
Right when you said the judge is lying for that part, I was drinking water. I almost spat the water out for some reason.
It's a simple oversight, really.
Really that funny? I don't know. I mean, he's just asking a question.
I know. I don't worry about it. It's just me thinking anime stuff.
Right.
Oh. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood.
One thing I don't get is why did she say that Neil was stabbed with a prosecutor trophy?
Did she say that?
Yeah,
She
she
did.
said that. And then she said she took the knife out and planted
That
the other guys is the one in there.
that's a good question. Why did she say that when, like, if you were trying to defend Emma, you would just say
It was
that
dark.
it was dark.
I guess she's trying to incriminate herself or something like that. I don't know.
Maybe.
But then how did Neil get stabbed with his own knife then, right?
And it's not even a knife. It was broken to begin with. So how do you
Neil
stab
didn't
somebody
get
with that?
Stabbed with his
Broken
own knife.
No, the
Neil
award.
got stabbed with a Dark's knife. Right?
No, it said it's stabbed with the prosecutor trophy knife.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then she took it out and broke Dark's knife and planted the tip in there.
Oh, it was because no. It was because Emma had the
Right.
testimony that we proved was supposed to be, or we said was supposed to be the prosecutor trophy, because it was broken before it even was stabbed into anybody.
Prosecutor trophy?
I thought it was
Yeah,
a
remember
statue.
remember last time when we like looked at the drawing and the knife had like a flat end to it, right? So you were
Yeah.
saying that this meant the knife was broken prior to stabbing.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
right. That's why
And
she
so-
said that.
And that's why she has to account for that.
Okay.
Okay.
So she's gonna somehow say that Dark stabbed him with that knife or something like that. I don't know.
She's got to somehow say that that knife was wielded, yes.
Anyway. Yes,
Which
the
is weird,
prosecutor
because-
must
Knife
have
was the
written
one
it
that
in his
killed.
final moments.
Which is weird because it's like, how do you stab somebody with a broken bronze
Oh, I'm sure you can.
thing?
Yeah.
If it's pretty sufficiently pointy,
Look at
I'm
those
sure
hands. Look at those hands. They're huge. He's probably got fucking like good strength in them, eh?
you can. Wait, which guys? Gantz or
All of them. Both.
Yeah,
Everybody
Gantz
in this
is
thing has
fucking
huge
In
hands.
this realm of people with meaty hands.
Yeah.
mogged.
Like, look, my God, his wrists are like fucking Jesus.
Actually, that is true. God's hand can probably one hand completely claw grip Neil's head.
You
Oh
can
yeah, you're
palm-
right. He could do
palm
like
his
that
skull.
choke thing where you like lift somebody up.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, well, I guess we'll figure out what she's just gonna say for this one then.
Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken before he died.
Ah,
Those one-liners.
He couldn't have written Emma's name on the shattered jar. Don't me.
order.
Your Honor, it would appear More information is needed regarding to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here.
Something critical.
Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed.
What?
Okay, to be fair, I actually like that what. It was so convincing for me for some reason. Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth.
Very well. The witness may now continue her testimony. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar. But it was dark in the room, and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood? I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time.
She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she would try to erase the real evidence.
Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
That doesn't explain, like, our objection, though. We objected to, like, how he wrote it before it was broken, right?
Yeah.
No, we objected to why, how they wrote it after
Yeah.
it was broken. So we're objecting to the fact that the jar was not broken when they wrote the message.
Actually, that's another thing that I'm having trouble remembering from last week. Because I remember what's it called? Emma pushed the guy. He hit the statue spear. The jar fell and hit Emma, right?
Yeah.
And theoretically it broke then, right? And then, like, the guy with his last moments of life.
No. It broke after all the dying happened, probably.
Yeah, so somebody broke the jar. Somebody else broke the jar after it hit the ground. I mean, it hit the person.
Emma just fainted.
Yeah.
Yeah, fainted or was hit. I don't know.
So what we assume is that the jar hit somebody, aka Dark. That's how he got unconscious, or the jar to be safely in place because, like, you know, the jar might not have been broken during the fall, right?
What is with people and, like, writing the names of, like, the murderer?
Well, this is in 2001, so I'm assuming they got a lot of influences from, like, Detective Conan or something. Which a lot of Detective Conan shows at that time was, like, writing dying messages or Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah. So before we get caught up again, let's continue.
Cryptic dying messages, yeah.
But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office.
Yeah, actually, that is true. A lot of click adventure games actually has that.
I have night vision. That is how.
In this moment of being killed, I am writing this journal.
Yeah.
A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me.
Wait, what? Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go.
I never miss anything. I got every last piece.
Yeah,
Then how do you explain the blood currently on it?
Clearly not.
All I could think of. Whatever.
Everyone were large, so
Can't we like present the fact that it has blood on it?
yeah, I guess.
Miss Sky, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of.
See, you were right. You can actually present the jar.
What?
What is the one-liner?
We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe.
In Chief Safe, but how?
I knew it. She really didn't know. I guess she was just not there when we pieced it together and showed everyone all this sort of stuff. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece.
Yeah, she was taken out, remember? When we were
okay.
piecing it together.
Okay,
She was
okay.
because she was trying to refute about
I'm gonna
Emma.
say this now. I really hope that they're not gonna make Gantz like into a plot twist villain because he's kind of obvious for like a very long time.
Yeah, he's not really a plot twist villain. We as the reader already knew, but
We
for
interrogated him last session, and he was like totally guilty as fuck of doing shady shit, right? But
Yeah.
he right now has Lana like totally locked up in like blackmail stuff.
yeah,
So we're trying to like break through that and get her to confess, and that'll put away Gant.
yeah,
So I guess this is more like a Dark Souls encounter where there's no subtlety about who the bad guy is, okay? You just gotta take him down, right?
yeah. It's not really a plot twist. It's more like you just got to break down the barrier, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
It's more like the Emperor has no clothes, and everyone wants to fight you when you say so.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. You don't want to mess up with the Emperor's groove.
They hated
man.
Jesus because he told the truth.
Well,
Yeah.
you just don't want to mess with the Emperor's groove. Simple as that.
Listen,
Alright.
if the Emperor doesn't want to wear clothes, that's his business. But you don't tell me a lie, okay?
Or the Emperor's like, what, the Pope gets to walk around in pajamas all day? I can't just go shirtless for once? And pantsless too?
Yeah, exactly.
You're telling me you never walk naked in your own house? Come on. This kingdom is my house.
There was still blood on it.
But the witness just testified.
Gee, funny how that works, Judge.
Judge, were you listening?
That she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off them.
Keep up, Judge. Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation.
A ghost.
On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up at the scene.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Chief Gant got there before you.
But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece?
I mean, they already stated that Neil was with Chief Gant interrogating Dark. Wasn't that a thing already?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of makes sense.
I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective.
That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day
Only once? That's actually pretty good.
looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along.
Okay.
Ha! Can you believe it?
I
you
can't
forgot.
believe we're having this conversation.
To be fair, I love the judge.
Yes, yes, I have forgotten.
Have you forgotten, Your Honor? Yes. When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken.
Oh, that.
There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness.
I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant at the time he was looking for Dark downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first, why would he break the jar?
The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years?
I'm speechless.
He says. Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? We're interrogating him now.
He's already speechless.
Nah! No!
Wait, what?
Wait,
Why are we turning against the judge now?
He doesn't want to believe that Gant is evil. He's
Wait,
Gant's friend, remember?
I'm not the one on trial here.
I love the comedy company. To be fair, I love the judge. I really do.
What? Yeah, no, he was giving the response of like every like bad guy.
Damon Gaunt. arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar. Oh, he didn't really proceed to break the jar. He wrote the message. He proceeded to break the jar and purposely hid one of the broken pieces. Question, what is this action called?
Fabrication of evidence.
But why would Chief Gant do that?
In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear?
What happened afterwards?
Discovering the scene, Lana Sky believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma. And therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Sky became the chief's puppet.
No, I did it on my own.
Wow, that probably hurt it a lot. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief. Well, she's trying to protect you, but yeah, okay. I can't watch you suffer anymore. For my sake.
No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients.
Yeah, that's
Funny
why he's called
coming
Mr.
from you.
Wrong. Isn't that what episode 2 was about? Mr. Wrong?
Yeah. Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client.
I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth.
You're saying about me, Judge?
Oh my god, have you not been working here?
Wait a minute. What if Emma really didn't kill that guy? We're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap.
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright?
Lana, maybe right after all.
Defense attorneys spit foul lies?
Shut up for a second, Judge.
What do you mean, right?
Emma,
So you do
Work
tell
me.
foul... What? Wait a minute, I just read this. So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright?
What?
no. Miss Sky, please testify once more.
But
If evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie.
But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall.
Miss Sky, if you will.
I can't.
There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth. My job is on the line.
All our jobs are on the line.
Very well.
Look,
Set you free.
I like my job. Let me keep it.
I'll testify about what I really saw. All right. The witness may testify once more for the final time.
Is it really final? Is it really?
No, it's going to be at least a good 3 until we get there.
Actual crime scene.
When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor's sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all of the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor's sword.
It's a spear. You were the only one who saw that? Only you had proof.
Actually, I do have proof.
She
Huh?
had carried a camera on her.
I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning.
What? To me?
It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed.
But I don't remember receiving a picture like that.
Actually you did. Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright? She really does have faith in you.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Please present this picture.
Don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana.
Actually you did. Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right?
Seem to remember getting something from her then.
Let's check the evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere.
Inside the stuff we got from Gumshoe?
Yes, we did.
Evidence law?
Yes, we did.
Can we open the book?
Yes, we can.
Wow.
We should have investigated. There's a picture here.
No, it wouldn't let us open the book earlier.
Wow. It's a red-eyed knight from Lothric.
Dark Souls.
Man, this
Got him.
must be the origin of Dark Souls.
And there's a lot of blood also like just out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, when you're being
Got a critical
pierced,
off. He's doomed.
I feel like he got pierced near like the liver or something like that.
He got backstabbed, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my! This is the actual crime scene. Don't faint.
I don't know what it would pierce through the back. I mean, the first I can think of is the lungs.
Oh yeah, that might be it.
No
I'm a
other
doctor.
detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had arranged everything.
Mr. Wright, that piece cut out from his vest. Could that be?
The cloth we found inside Chief Gant's safe.
Wow. Literally.
Nobody questioned why there's a big hole in his vest.
I
That's
want to
true.
just check this. Yeah. Why is nobody questioning the freaking
You know,
giant
it's
hole?
fine. It's
He
fine.
got
We
hit
don't.
by a Rasengan.
What is that one from again?
Naruto.
Inuyasha or something? Naruto.
Remember he makes that ball of swirly stuff and he hits
Oh, yeah,
people and
yeah,
it
yeah.
like it goes through their clothes into their like stomach and twists them and then throws them.
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
Weeaboo. Well, not really weeaboo moment since like Naruto is normie as fuck.
It was.
sorry.
This is a handprint, isn't it? Well, this is a flashback anyway, so it wouldn't matter. The cloth. It had fingerprints on it. Whosever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. No.
But those fingerprints,
Shut up, Emma.
they're yours, Emma.
Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? I wonder why. Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer.
Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Hold it. Oh no, it's him.
Oh, bitches. Come now, Yuji.
Perfect timing.
Boss, battle
Can't-
has just begun. This is
Gant has left like twice for lunch and come back.
He's that guy who leaves. Like, he storms out trying to be all cool, but then he turns back just to make sure everybody saw.
Yeah.
Chief Gant.
What did now? You want to make me? You want to make me as the bad guy?
Man, I miss your voice, Seth. You're the only one that can do God's voice well.
So, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense as I curl my stupid hair.
I'm afraid it's too late for that.
What?
You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort.
The silent treatment, that was bad. This must be what the risk we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, like, holy fuck, he was pissed
He's
off.
angry now.
He's just like smiling and he doesn't say anything. What the fuck?
Just sit back. Oh my god, Edgeworth.
Oh my god, Edgeworth is fucking dead.
And enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck.
Oh my god, he's a savage.
This guy's
He's going Super
I
Saiyan.
don't even know what that demon spells. You watch me go Super Saiyan there for a split second. So what? You think I'm worried?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like he can feel the electric chair already.
Mhm.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements.
What do you mean?
The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I still can present evidence.
Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence?
No, I don't. But someone does.
Someone?
So what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that prove who knocked over Natus Masha, causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt.
Is this true, Mr. Wright?
If I show that piece of evidence now, Emma's sure to be made out as a murderer.
Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries.
Couldn't Gant have, put Emma's hand on it?
Mm-hmm.
He could have. He
What do I
really
do
could have.
now?
Yeah, he could have, actually.
There's, zero reason why he couldn't, though. He pulled that trick on us of, us planting evidence.
My God.
Pull that same trick on him. I better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision.
We don't want to go to Clowniversity
Could I
again.
present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall. Cannot. Your Honor, I don't have any... Oh my god, George, you just made that decision. I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
Actually, if I choose the other one, it's automatic game over and I don't have a save.
Oh, weird.
What? You lie.
Chief Gant?
You opened my safe. I know you took what it was inside. The conclusive evidence.
The evidence that we supposedly planted. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh shit, we're doing this now.
Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together.
Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know those fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it.
Gant, are you saying you hid conclusive evidence in your safe for 2 years?
What are you talking about, Chief Gaunt?
Maybe. Can't you figure that out? Take a good look at this picture that I just found. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? It looks like a part of it has been cut out for some reason.
You mean you had this in your safe?
What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department.
No, it isn't.
Just you wait. There's gonna be something else that's even bigger.
Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, righto? Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. As I
What?
bu-
You mean you admit to it?
I love that cut off so well.
Wait, why are we letting this guy testify again?
Yeah. He already rescinded his ability to testify.
I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana.
My God.
So you really were manipulating her.
I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid.
So you assisted Miss Sky.
I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife, a tip in the victim's body, and move the body across the room.
And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted.
I tampered with the crime scene. I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you.
2 pieces of evidence. You mean those items in your safe?
But why?
In hindsight, I should have buried it in my backyard, but also for insurance, of course.
Also, you shouldn't have used your ID card as your frickin' safe number.
What was it again? 1, 2, 3, 4?
77777.
No, that's mine. His was 777.
It should be like
Insurance?
666.
Sorry, what's up?
It should have been like 666, and obviously, like, this guy's supposed to be all demon vibe or some shit like that. I mean, it's in the name.
Yeah, that's true. But I think 7. I think they didn't want to do 6 for like bad luck reasons.
Oh, that's fair. I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to prepare for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for murder that girl committed.
You mean you really were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence?
What do you take me for? A fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this affair fragment? I hid the most legible part of the man's name. I'd expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off of all the pieces.
But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the messages on this jar too?
Oh,
Oh,
some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance.
You mean that piece of cloth?
Come on, Raito. Cough it up already. I know you have it.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright?
So you admit to it then, Chief Gant, that you are hiding the cloth you cut from the victim's vest in your safe.
Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have it, I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's better than being portrayed as a murderer.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present.
Well, let's move, Raito. You should have shown it then, before it was too late.
It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. Ooh. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now.
All right, then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest.
Oh yes, at last you finally brought it out into the open.
There's a handprint on this piece of cloth.
Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be immediately sent to the lab for an analysis. This handprint on the leather, there must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly.
You mean?
It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. No,
Shout out
it,
Edgeworth.
Come on.
it could very much be forged.
Yeah.
But you're so slow when the uptake is over, Worthy.
What?
Think about it. Raito had this time to present this evidence. Yet he was so reluctant to do so. Why would he want that?
I mean, you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright, do you really know?
He looks at us smiling.
Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they?
Very well, I'll tell you. Should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted.
Yes, your monologue is not needed.
The person to whom these fingerprints belong to is...
Angel Star. No, okay.
Meekins.
That is a funny...
Emma? Emma Sky?
What? They're mine?
I'm sorry, Emma.
But why? Why didn't you tell me? Wow, she isn't that obvious.
You're really something, Raito. You knew this girl did it all along. And you still tried to pin the murder on me.
So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. How could you? You monster!
She's talking
Miss
to us?
Sky.
Yeah.
You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't.
Guy, it's not over yet.
What?
I said this trial isn't over yet.
afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career, too.
I feel like after that sentence, he takes out a gun and shoots us. But you're alive.
You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense.
Says
Not what I
you.
would doing.
As you.
Says the guy who
my
did it.
God. The audacity of this man.
I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I love your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer.
Oh, funny you should say that. Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up.
What is he gonna pull out?
Yeah, I honestly don't know.
And what is that?
Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall?
What?
Chief Gant, you're absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask?
It was Emma Sky, wasn't it?
I'm afraid that's not possible. What is it now, Phoenix? Jesus. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction.
It's not leather, it's linen. What? A contradiction?
What is it?
Oh, I see what.
Oh, it's the wrong side, probably.
No, there's no blood.
But no, it wouldn't have. Oh, that might be
There
true.
would be. There would be.
There
See?
would be.
yeah.
You're right.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was going to be like flipped around or like wrong cut ways or something like that, but the shape isn't distinctive enough to
Yeah.
use that.
The cut
When
is
they
a circle, not a square.
Yeah, because I know, right? When they said that, I was like, huh. Okay.
You're absolutely right. There's no blood on it. Meanwhile, there's blood all over his front. We noted that's a surprising amount of blood.
Yeah, it is.
Where did it come from then?
It had to have been cut before all the blood came from his mouth. So
Oh my
maybe
God.
before he was even stabbed. What the fuck? All right.
Yeah.
What is this fool babbling about?
I'm talking about a contradiction. One that proves who the real killer is.
Can that be a
Well,
boss?
Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict?
Chief Kent, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts the cloth.
And what exactly this is supposed to be?
This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out?
Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though. I'm
No,
sure that has no further implications, though.
It's not even hard to make out. What the fuck?
I mean, it's hard to make out his shirt or something.
Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs, no doubt, were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth.
Oop, sorry. I lied there.
Oh, but that piece of cloth... Wait, there's no blood on it.
Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time.
No, this is nonsense.
Watch him pull even more stuff out of my ass. Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside.
Most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out.
If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armor's sword?
Yeah.
Then to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. The jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it.
My God, the play. This is the hardest
The
read
layers.
ever.
The hardest what?
Hardest read. Hard
Oh,
read.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The layers on
Like,
this, like the amount of deduction.
He formulated this plan within minutes. Right? My God. Right?
I think he did it from the very start.
I
He
come on
planned for
Gant's
Dark
side
to
of
go
the
in
fight.
there.
Yeah, because Dark wasn't actually the murderer.
Yeah, I know Dark wasn't actually the murderer of Neo.
No, I mean he wasn't the serial killer.
Oh my God.
That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? Through every act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer.
Yeah. Holy shit.
You just cut out. It's finally over.
I'm the new Tekken
You
boss,
you
baby.
cut out like right in the beginning, so it's just like, nah.
No! Look at
Yeah.
Is my voice cutting out?
No,
no,
Cut
just
out
that
there
one
for
time.
just like a second. It's like, nah.
yeah, I think it's the noise suppression working.
Oh yeah.
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 He's
Yeah. Sweat
what,
now.
God, he really is gonna pull a gun now.
Oh, that was close, Raito. He almost had me. This is a face of pure confidence. Sorry, but you have to do better than that. I refuse your allegation.
What do you mean you refute his allegations?
You see that piece of cloth? It's illegal evidence. What?
But you submitted it.
Order, order. What nonsense is this?
You better not eat this up. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember Yuji? Earlier, Alreito here concealed that piece of cloth.
Flashback
So
to
then,
10 minutes
what's
ago.
your excuse, Raito? You do have some conclusive evidence.
Your Honor, I don't have any evidence to present at this time.
At this point in time, ha,
Oh.
lawyer.
Jeez.
Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence.
At that moment, the piece of cloth would cease to be illegal evidence.
But that's not fair.
Oh. Did you actually think you could be best me in court? It looks like the last laugh is on you, son.
I think I'll just suspend Wright of his license, but I'm putting you to death, maybe. I don't know. I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Let me walk that shit back. Well, Mr. Edgeworth,
True, illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal.
Well, Mr. Wright,
It seems at last The time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived.
Mr.
What the hell?
Wright,
He still has
you
even
admit
more?
to it. That you purposefully and illegally concealed this piece of cloth.
I did. No. Of course not.
I did.
I admit, I refused to present it at one point.
Aha! So the evidence is illegal.
No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. Changes the sweater. It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't.
What do you mean you couldn't?
There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence.
No, Yuji, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe.
There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence illegal or not?
Very well, let us settle this once and for all.
Because he said we stole it and it wasn't like
Earlier,
but then
you
he
refused
presented
to
it.
present evidence.
Yeah.
If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now.
We have the book. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law.
You literally throwing the book at me.
Yes, absolutely. I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. You see, it's written right here on the book, the second rule of evidence law.
Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department.
Rule 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on the trial.
And here is the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance. Between the cloth and the SL9 incident,
What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just look at this picture and...
sorry, but can you recall when was that picture presented?
That was shown only a few moments ago.
He's right. At the beginning of today's trial. That piece of cloth was still meaningless. Well, technically I could have presented it.
You're splitting atoms here.
Yeah, we are splitting the ultimate hairs.
Well,
The
it is
person
the
who
ending.
gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant.
My God.
Oh, this man is undone.
I do love how animated this is because it reminds me a lot on Detective Conan series. And Sherlock Holmes, I guess. You yourself confessed to a certain truth.
He just got like quadruple hoisted by his own petard.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest.
Ah, yes.
We flashback just to show that.
No!
It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth.
The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gant. The killer was you! No.
Oh,
Shit.
Jesus.
He's lost it.
Yeah.
Oh god, you alright?
I knew I should have gotten rid of him. The back of Wendy's.
Yeah.
Howdy,
Good for
howdy,
nothing.
howdy, howdy.
Good for nothing scum. He's one bitch wannabe. For 2 years, he's been snooping around and something.
Trying to get something on me.
Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me.
Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty.
You want to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Star. Think of its brood good men.
Detective Goodman.
Yeah, that's right.
If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me.
So is that guy dead now?
No.
No. Fired.
Oh, I see. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit.
Stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence.
Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden, he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, good man? Can you please reopen the investigation?
Oh, this is Goodman. Who wants to do Goodman?
Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We cannot transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered.
He opened his evidence locker. As he was taking the evidence out, he said,
It's not too late. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall.
well, to be honest, I was taken a bit taken back by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SM9. That's what I thought, that accursed blade. I couldn't just pull it out.
Doing so would have led to the more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime.
Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I don't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the flaw I didn't realize my fatal mistake.
The bloody handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker.
I used to be known as the crime computer, but everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was a bit too nervous. I had no business of doing any of it.
Then you put the body in my car. Jerk.
I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal?
Excuse me? It was an expensive car. Now I have to get a fix? It's $5,000. I'm going to bill you it.
I have insurance.
You make a lot more than us detectives ever will.
He's totally right. Leaving the prosecution's car aside, how could you get Miss Sky involved in all of this?
Well, she had so much to lose as I did if the truth came out.
So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker.
I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have time to pick and choose what to take.
So, You left the jar of fragments and the glove.
Yeah. It looked like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer.
I don't know, you got away with it for 2 years.
Says
That's
you.
true.
You probably have committed other crimes before if you're like blackmailing people and shit.
They all did their best to get in my way. But I've got to hand it to them. They did their jobs well, much to my dismay.
Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination.
Didn't you say that Dark didn't actually kill those guys?
He didn't kill, like, the polices.
He
Oh,
didn't kill Neil, but
thought-
I think he did kill those other guys, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I may have actually overstated it. That's my bad.
Tell me, Worthy. Why do you still stand in court?
Me?
You despise criminals. I can feel it, you and me. We're the same. One day, you will understand. And believe me, you're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down, once you try to go alone.
Oh, finally finished.
This arc took way too fucking long. Good God. Well,
Yeah.
looks like it's time to say goodbye. Now I must go to my home planet.
He does look like an alien.
Oh, Yuji.
Well, what?
Look. Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend.
I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person.
Those days are long gone, Yuji. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now that you have Wright here, and Worthy, the two only lawyers in this fucking court.
Oh, there's also that shrill voice guy who goes like, I gotcha!
It doesn't count.
Hey, there's also
With these two
Meekins.
around, you can't go wrong. Despite all the crazy shit that happens. In fact, I can hear them already. The melody sound of a new beginning. And a new fucking sequel. That
Melodious?
just came out.
It's true.
There are two things I want you to understand.
Yes?
First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent.
You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. From the time I had Gant help me forge evidence up until today. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered.
I'm sorry, Miss Sky, I couldn't get you out of all your trouble.
My, what high standards you have for a rookie. I could see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows, a few years from now, you just might make it to the top.
Oh, look at that smile.
I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright.
Miss Sky,
And to you too, Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you.
There was nothing. Tsundere.
He's getting praised by somebody he looks up to a lot, so he has that. Cool. Liar.
I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory.
Lana, you bitch! You fucking objection! Show her the fucking
Hold it.
thing. Can we actually?
No, we don't have it. I was trying to
We
find
don't have it
it.
anymore? Fuck. Everyone
well,
fucking...
Mr. Edgeworth.
I told you, all the ladies go for Edgeworth every single time.
Stop. I only did my job.
He's fucking
What did you want to present? In light of this
Edgeworth, Edgeworth planned to resign.
Yeah, I wanted to find it.
That was
it
part of
seems
what
a good self-examining is in order for all of us.
We'll talk about it later.
this
Miss
fucking
Sky,
bitch.
yes, Your Honor? You are innocent of murder, however. Although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial would be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Well, this trial has gone on far too long already.
Yeah, can't wait to be done.
Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, not guilty.
Yeah, release the court confetti.
She's still injured.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Oy.
Long last. It's finally over.
Okay, let's try to speed this one up.
Yeah, sorry. We've been like talking so much about stuff. Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit.
No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended.
I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you too, Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done well.
Don't tell me she's running for Edgeworth.
You know, I did my best too. But Lana didn't say a single word to me.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals.
God damn, this guy.
Fucking gumshoe.
Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
Wait, Detective Gumshoe! What is it?
Got a lot of nerve, pal. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective running around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
Hasn't he said this before?
Yeah.
Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding.
Oh, are you here because of my sister again?
Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal.
Me?
That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone.
Lana!
Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know.
Well, I won't tell if you won't. Besides, right now I'm technically not a detective. Am Emma, I owe you
What the
all
fuck? How did he get her like out of the prisoner holding cell?
Just broke
That's
her out.
actually true. Gumshoe isn't a detective anymore. He got fired.
Yeah, I think he just never turned in his keys or something.
It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it.
that day 2 years ago. Was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming.
First time in your life.
All
you
I could
panicked.
think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess.
I mean, some people. This.
I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. But now, I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself. But I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew.
But sis, you were only doing that for me.
No. I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you. I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry.
Sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now.
You're happy?
Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have.
Oh, Emma.
This is so
Happy
sad.
ending.
Such a... She still hasn't injured her hand.
Yeah, it was only a couple days. Your cut doesn't heal
know.
that fast.
I mean,
no one
like,
can
couldn't
change
they-
the past.
Couldn't they, like, bandage her properly?
It is a bandage properly. That
Is
is a
it? I don't
bandage.
know. I feel
The
like
only
it's
thing we can
shit.
do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find the way back to our rightful path. And it is from there that we can move on towards a brighter future. Is that Cypher Fox?
Yeah.
Cypher Fox.
Sup?
Hey,
At least that's what I felt watching the two sisters make up.
So sappy.
It is.
yeah. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe, me. Thank you both for all you've done.
What? Gumshoe didn't do anything.
I'm sure we'll meet again someday.
All he did was
That's
play
kind of
around with
a joke,
Mr. He
Isn't
played
that
with
right?
Blue Badger.
Edgeworth?
Stop hiding and come here over here.
God, this...
You're
Scary
just in the
child.
bush.
I just came to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth.
What a tsundere.
I know, right?
You're absolutely right.
Right, well, I'll be going now.
Hi.
Such a nervous kid.
Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you.
It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realized today that I can't correct my mistakes. Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right. Yeah, we don't need this. Oh, it's a
You
flashback.
despise criminals.
Spies. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fight them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that it will be true for quite some time.
But Edgeworth,
Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gaunt did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. So I'm joining your office, Phoenix.
Don't you understand?
that would be so fucking funny. Like he's just there on the desk with us, like, and he's like looking at us, being like, "Phoenix, thank you, idiot. There's that evidence we have." And you're like, "Yes, I know, Edgeworth."
Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake.
It's amazing Edgeworth
You
didn't
said-
turn out corrupt. Given like he's soaking in it.
You said in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership,
You're right. I should work in Phoenix's office.
you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright?
Huh? What? Oh, yeah. What's pop quiz?
Come on, Mr. Wright. Show him what Lana's talking about.
Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own.
That's the picture I drew.
Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list, and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture.
That didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth.
I think it's fate.
It's time for me to go.
God damn it,
And all
Edgeworth.
his teas.
It's like, Edgeworth, get over here and give us a hug already, you little bitch.
Don't worry, I'll see you tomorrow at your office.
Yeah, because now we're going to go work at the prosecutor's office.
If you'll excuse me. There are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Yeah, I'll definitely see you at your office. Take care, Chief Prosecutor.
It'd be like Wright & Co. law offices.
Yeah, Wright and Edgeworth law offices.
Wrightworth law offices.
Yeah, Wrightworth.
Edgeworth,
Worth,
what will you
right?
do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember. You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you.
I know, it seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem.
Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court.
Farewell. And good night.
So dramatic.
I'm back for blood, no kidding.
It's literally
I'd
Edgeworth.
better be going too.
Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon.
It
Okay.
seems we both had a lot to learn and catching up to do. This is a little something for you.
Scientific Investigation, Volume 2.
It's the first book
Ages
I ever
12
bought.
to 13.
Study it well.
He just
Carrying that on her the entire time?
Yes.
Is giving it to Emma, not us.
And she's like, actually, I got it from Gumshoe's desk. And so, another case came to a close.
Oh, yeah. Have it.
As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives I've only just begun.
Oy, finally finished.
Ay, ay, ay.
And as for me,
That's
I
a
think
bit
it's time I started on a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself.
Yeah, it's called a sequel.
Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal.
Huh? What is it, detective?
There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this.
God damn it.
Oh my god.
I thought you said it was okay.
Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story.
Huh?
Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either.
Huh?
Way to go. I didn't know you had a wild side.
Yeah,
how much is it
well,
gonna cost?
you see, Miss Wright here is the one who's be footing the bill.
Son of a... Huh? Huh?
What, you think I could afford it with my salary? It's 0 right now, you gotta be kidding me, pal.
You realize I do, like, so much work for people who can't really pay me?
Edgeworth should be forking over the money.
Yeah, Edgeworth is the only rich one out of all of us. Why is it I suddenly feel like I want to scream?
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together?
What?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. Come on, guys, let's go. That was the entire point. Oh,
That's a cool, like, credits thing.
yeah, I know, right?
Oh, I
That
did
was
some
good.
legs today.
I arranged for a friend of mine in Europe to take care of you. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a top coroner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow. Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. These are good credits.
I always like these sort of, like, epilogue kind of credits that, like, say what everyone's doing.
Yikes, I thought I was a goner for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If we penalized you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yup, that's what they said. It just goes to show you can't shake me off that.